I am the Red Cyclone! Ah!
Hello. They say second time's a charm. Yeah, welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better Elsewhere podcast. This is your episode 224-19. I'm your host, Louis Beans, and I'm here with Merc with the mic.
What is up? What is up?
Chilling, man. So we got a full list of stuff to talk about. We got some EA, some Xbox on Switch. We got some Reggie, Fils-Amie, is retiring from Nintendo. And but first we want to start off with some Zyuranger talk.
Zyuranger.
Because what is it? You and Tommy Guns? What's he going by today?
Yeah,
is it Tenacious T? Is it Tommy Guns?
Tenacious T. He's been with Tenacious T for quite some time.
I'm just stuck on that one. I don't know. I like that one. I don't know why.
He's Tenacious T. He kept that one.
Okay.
So so we did our review of Zyuranger. We did it yesterday, so we put it up on SoundCloud later this week. Mm-hmm. And Zyuranger was amazing. It was amazing. It was really good, really strong on the story, very strong on the characters. You learn these characters and you actually really get a connection with the characters. Mm-hmm. You see more of the villains. You see how badass Goldar is. You see how badass Scorpina is. A lot of great things.
Can I ask you? Okay, because you've done your review.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a few of the questions because I have not heard the episode yet.
Okay.
So I get to get down into that. So I don't want to spoil straight off by talking about favorite Ranger. We'll leave that one for last. I'll ask 3 questions, and favorite Ranger is going to be the third one.
Okay.
Favorite monster?
Favorite monster, I think, was Goldar.
Really?
Like Goldar in general. Goldar just came out and just fucked people up.
He was, from what I've seen, he would just show up and just beat you up. Just no reason.
Yeah, he was always there. And then he just came and fucked people up. Little story with him and Scorpina were married. They were actually together. They were a couple in that show.
Nice. Unity.
It's William Regal. William Regal invading the show. It wasn't Scott Steiner. It was William Regal.
No, we respect William Regal.
Yeah. So we let him walk by.
Yes, please. I mean, just don't shake his hand. He might snap your fingers or something. You know, that European wrestler.
Yep. They like breaking fingers and
shout out to Pac. Shout out to Pac. Jeez.
Did you see it?
No, I should.
I'm gonna send you the link.
Yeah.
It looks very painful.
I mean, this is a pop culture show, so we can talk about wrestling in a little bit. So just in case anybody wants to know, the wrestler formerly known as Neville in WWE, his name is Pac on the Independents. And basically everywhere else. That's his name for all intents and purposes. You said he was fighting Walter?
Yeah.
Which is a giant, what is he, Austrian? The giant Austrian man?
He's Austrian, yeah.
Yeah, and he's a big boy. He's a big wrestler. And you said Pac was doing a moonsault and landed wrong?
Yeah, he popped his finger.
The only thing the man got wrong was his hand placement. So... He didn't mess up that bad.
So his finger was to the side, so it looked like he was pointing sideways. And then he took the finger and popped it right back, and I was like,
Please pray that I can't find the picture because that would be the image for the podcast.
Yeah.
Please hope I can't find that.
Yeah.
Ugh. And we're going to take a little break right here just to remind you to follow us on Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, also on SoundCloud. What we do is we have this podcast, It Gets Better, I Swear podcast. We also have the Wrestling Babble podcast that's hosted by Merc with the Mic, who's a frequent guest on my show. And that should be on Merc with the Mic on SoundCloud. We post those on YouTube as well. So you can check the Merc with the Mic podcast out on his YouTube channel, which is also Merc with the Mic. And also you can catch the It Gets Better, I Swear podcast, as well as the various other playthroughs on the RedCycloneInc YouTube channel. Thank you. Just thinking about it makes me cringe.
Yeah. So back to Zyuranger. So Zyuranger ran from 1992 to 1993. That was the main show. If you actually look at it, it is the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. This is where they got the basis of the show. A lot of the fight scenes, a lot of the edits are from this show, and they just added the people, the teenagers, the command center, and things like that.
Okay.
Because the command center don't exist in the show.
Yes, that's the one thing. That's the major thing. There is no Zordon.
And we hate Zordon anyway, so you don't need him. For this time we had like a weird old guy, and he kind of had like a it looked like a seashell on his head. I don't know what the fuck.
I don't know what his thing was, his deal was, but he could transform different shapes, and stuff, which is weird because sometimes he would make his ear giant, and listen in on the conversation from miles away, which is hilarious.
The thing with him though, he forgot how to do most of the things, and then towards the ending, he was kind of useless for the most part until the ending when he actually remembered a spell and actually did it.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But it's a great show. It was very fun to watch, especially if you never watched it before and you're still seeing Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. This will blow your mind. Because this was so good, like story wise, everything like that. This is where you got the badass Green Ranger suit.
Oh yeah, not the bad one. Yes. Go ahead.
Not the one that slaps you in the chin when you.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, it's a really dope series. So what was the questions you had?
Because remember, I got two more. Yeah. So, second question, favorite episode.
So I have I have a few in mind. The one I was telling you about before, outside the cast, the Beware of Shaved Ice. That one's a really key one, just because it's just retarded. Okay, it's retarded funny for one particular reason, and that's it. And how easily they just like, oh, it happened, okay, and then there's a bunch of dead motherfuckers, and nobody. Excuse me, like, well, yeah. It's a bunch of dead people. Yeah. And there's no consequences. So. That was one. The Green Ranger saga was really good. Pretty much you will notice when you start doing the Green Ranger saga, I think the story was so strong that I really dug this more than the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger one. Even though that was an iconic series, this story was so much better. Okay. So it's like the Red Ranger, his brother was his older Ranger is the Green Ranger. Okay. They watched his father. So the Red Ranger was like the king and queen took the Red Ranger in and killed his real father. And then they were brothers and stuff like that.
They were enemies at first?
So in the beginning they were enemies because he thought his father killed his father. Well, he thought his father killed his father in that sense, but didn't know that Geki was the same father as him. Okay. Yeah, and that was how it happened. And then they were brothers. So in the beginning, he pretty much worked with Rita, try to kill them, but he also attacked Rita as well.
At the same time?
Yeah, he tried to fuck up everybody.
Oh wow. Okay. So he was just wilding out. Gotcha.
Yeah. So that was one of my I liked that whole series. So that was like 5 episodes. That was like starting at 16.
Okay.
It was 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. There was one that was a really strong story for Geki, which was called Slash Your Cheers. That was episode 32. That was probably one of my favorite episodes because that was a really emotional, crazy episode, and you started learning about the Green Ranger's time limit that he had with the powers and all that shit. Because the Green Ranger was dead.
Yeah. Okay.
He was resurrected.
He
So
was
he was
not
dead.
asleep like they were.
No, he was dead. He was dead. So he had a time limit with the power.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And then the last 3 episodes were fucking amazing. Pretty much they were the Doomsday episodes in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So this is the ones that we were saying that it should have ended the series, but they didn't do it. They added like another 12 episodes, which made no sense. And if you watch Mighty Morphin Power Rangers season 1, after that Doomsday episode, everything else feels out of place.
Okay.
Because it feels like a weird situation that you feel like things happen, but you feel like nothing really big happens after that. Like that was that big monster that they almost got defeated, and they finally overcame it. So that's where it should have ended. And then they had like a Power Ranger Appreciation Day that day.
Okay, understood.
And then they did a lot of things. But yeah, there's a lot of highlighted episodes. There's a lot of things I liked about the series. So just in general, like this whole series, the storyline was just great. Like the way they put the characters. But yeah, the last 3 episodes were really great. And there is one that was mainly on May. And it was called what was it? I'll tell you right now. The Princess May's 7 Metamorphoses.
Okay.
This one was a weird episode. The reason why it was a weird episode was you had Scorpina in like regular clothes, right? Just walking around with a little caterpillar in her jacket, and she was fucking kidnapping people.
Wow.
Through the whole series. So she eventually she captured the Rangers and stuff like that. Besides May, and May, they had like a fucking cosplay fight against each other, like who could fucking fool each other first. So
really?
Like you see Scorpion dressed like a cop, like a army person, like a news reporter, and things like that. And May dressed like a nerdy Chung-Li and a schoolgirl and a maid and things like that. It was a really weird episode, but it was a really funny one. That was one that I actually did in mind as well.
Okay. All right, so I got some stuff to look forward to.
And then I love the Dragon Zord. There's one episode with the Dragon Zord. He didn't. So the Green Ranger dies in the series.
Okay.
It's known that he died and stuff like that. Well, he was dead already, so he just died again. But after he died, the Dragon Zord did not want to do anything. He was sad.
That's the thing that we don't really get too much insight of.
Yeah.
Is that the dragons? What are they? The Zords are like they're gods.
They're gods. Yeah, they're gods. They have personalities. They're dicks too.
Yeah.
They were dicks in the beginning,
especially early on. Yes. Yeah.
They were assholes and stuff like that. They were gods, and they made you earn shit. And if you didn't do shit right, they'll fucking tell you like, no.
Yeah, there was a specific episode with the Monkey Prince.
Yeah. On
the island, but they had to protect the island in order to get their humanity back. So at the end of the episode, they fail, and the gods are gonna turn them back into monkeys.
Yeah.
And the gods literally are the Dragon Zords on a mountain in the background. Like they're shown, and then they beg the god. They literally have to beg them.
Yeah.
To turn them back into humans. Like, yeah, that's what they are.
Yep.
They're like Zeus in them.
Yep.
Okay.
I love that part of it. So yeah, that was great.
That's awesome. While you were giving that answer, I was actually, besides paying attention, I was actually looking up the cast and stuff for the at least the original 5.
Yeah.
And they're all alive. They're all relatively young, like in their 40s.
Yeah.
And they do the con too.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Geki recently did the Morphicon.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 2018, I think they all showed up except one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so really cool that they still embrace this stuff, but like they need to know, man. They so secretly what you're saying is Zyuranger is the best one.
Zyurangers.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Zyurangers is really good. Like it's probably up there on my favorites now because it's just been really good.
Okay.
Other than that, like it's just really fun. It's a really fun series. It's a new take on Rangers because it's a whole different story. Even though you recognize everything, you don't know the story. It's not the same, and that's something I love about it.
Gotcha. And so, you said you're going from this one to the next one in order.
So what we're planning to do is, in April, we're gonna have 2 casts on Super Sentai. We're gonna have Jetman and Zyuranger. So this month we're going to be watching Jetman and try to finish that, and then Zyurangers. And this one is going to require a lot of note taking because we're doing 2 big series. So we're going to have a lot of notes, a lot of little things, a lot of discussions with that. And then they're 2 completely different styles. One is more 80s style, and one is more right. This is supposed to be the Thunder Rangers. So this is rendering the Red Dragon Sword and all that stuff. And this is a big piece of what season 2 was in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Okay.
But they're completely different. They have a whole different set of suits. They have a different set of colors, and a lot of things make more sense, especially with the White Ranger.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
So yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Is it is it still a transformation, or is it somebody else completely?
Yes, is new people completely.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, every Super Sentai it's a whole different team.
Understood.
There's never a team that it's at like kind of like what Mighty Morphin Power Rangers did. It was 3 seasons in one.
Yeah.
They change it every season, so it's a whole group of teams, a whole new group of people.
Okay, cool. Gotcha. So wait, do they all have 50 episode seasons?
Yeah.
So I guess that's enough time for you to get acclimated to everybody and feel attached to them, because I think like what is the typical American season 24, right?
Yeah.
Like around there. So yeah. 50, that makes sense. 2 seasons basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you gotta realize also Mighty Morphin was the first season was 50 something episodes.
Oh, it was. Wow, they did it too?
And then season 2 is 60.
Wow.
And then season 3 was 50.
That's a lot. No wonder it seemed to be so prevalent when you watched it all the time. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. So yeah, listen out for our cast. It should be up this week of the Morphin cast. Zyuranger. I loved how they said the names.
Don. That's so damn. Yes. Goosh. I like. You know what? I like the Black Ranger too.
Deki.
He's super serious.
Yeah.
But he's always busting that ass. So
yeah,
I think he's cool too.
Yep, I actually liked him more than Zach. As in, like I was saying in the last couple of casts ago, when I redid the Mighty Morphin season 1, I began to hate Zach.
Yeah, because you said he was just whining, right?
Little bitch. I learned I started really not disliking the character Zach. Like I did not like him at all, and I felt bad because he was the only one that talked to ethnicity. So anyone else ethnic on the show, he was the one that conversated with them.
Yeah, he was the translator.
Exactly. So yeah, stay tuned for Morphincast this week. We have a really great show. I'm really proud of it, and again, we have Lagunitas, which that's our go-to beer for cast.
Awesome.
Yes.
So
there's a lot of bad news in gaming. Anthem.
Yeah. Well, not. Yeah, it's not great. It's not like. See, here's the thing. I'm investing in it because I'm a BioWare fan. But I'm with everybody else in that I'm slowly learning that BioWare is dead. It's no longer the team of people. They have moved on. It's basically just in name only right now.
Yeah.
Because they've had 2 chances to create something worthy of that lineage, and both games are I don't want to say dumpster fires, but there's so much negative controversy around them
Yeah.
that it's just not fun to be associated with either one. And listen, Andromeda's was on fire. I'm sorry. That character stuff, that face, those models bugging out, all that stuff is hilarious for the wrong reason. So yeah, this is, I guess this is going to be strike two, because it's looking like apparently it's tracking to not meet the expectations, the outrageous EA expectations of like probably 6 million or something. Actually, I think I saw an analyst said, oh yeah, this game will reach 6 million by X, by a certain date, so maybe it will be profitable sooner than later, but at this rate it doesn't look like it. But what I really want to talk about is just how there seems to be controversy over the people that they hire, they meaning EA hire, for making like review content. And I guess there's a YouTube creator, his name is GGG Man Lives, and he says that EA took down his review of the game because it had too much negative content, meaning his slant on the game wasn't positive. And if that's true, that's really messed up.
Yeah,
because number one, he's getting paid by that company to do reviews, so them trying to silence him because it's not what they want, that's just super shady. But number two is just that apparently they've come out and said that's not why, but basically they're just coming up with an arbitrary reason to take it down anyway. So it is like, I don't understand. Like there's for a small thing as well. The thing is like something that has to do with watermarks for his channel, and then watermarks for a separate thing called Game Changers. So again, it's like they're trying to take the smallest thing and snipe his guy's like review. So that's just, in my eyes, it just says they know that they've got a shitstorm incoming. I mean, the game still has ridiculous bugs in it, and then there's a loading fest. Like there's a review by Angry Joe, and he actually cut out, which is one of the in-game things that you're going to be doing in the game. And he basically did a video of getting into the instance and getting out of it. And what he found when he cut up the video was, for editing purposes, was that 5 minutes and change of the video was actually loading, and only 4 minutes was gameplay.
Wow.
So that's in-game content that you will have to repeat over and over again. So meaning each time you do it, had they done it properly, it could have been a thing of, oh, this is like a quick 5 minute thing, in and out. But due to the loading, it basically doubles the time. So I don't know what that means. I assume, like many people do, that they rushed this out the door. Which I don't know why they did that, because they released, the same company, EA, released a game called Apex that's free, that's tracking really, really well.
The crazy thing about Apex is the fact that that's Respawn Studios that did it.
Yes,
and they pretty much used
Titanfall.
They actually pretty much used the Titanfall gameplay without the Titan.
They said that that team said that the ideas for Titanfall 3 went into that game. Which means when they do get back to making it, they're gonna have to start from scratch, I guess. So that means it's not gonna be for a while.
And then they had more control, and also Respawn Studios had a lot of control in making Apex. EA wasn't really in their ear a lot with this game.
And now that you say that, who knows how much EA was in this BioWare's ear to put certain things, because it seems like there's a lot of shady stuff. Also, there's another thing I noticed, that there's a severe lack of content in the game. When you get to the end game, basically, like once you finish the story mode and you start to, I guess, go through what it is, like again, the same reviewer put up like the content for sale, and it's nothing.
Oh shit.
It's like one thing, and then the content you find is like one thing, equaling a total of 3 things. And I think like they're pieces. So if you equate that to each part of your body, head, chest, arms, legs, right?
Yeah.
And there's what I'll ask you, Mert, what is an acceptable number of customizable pieces to have in a video game when you're starting out?
Shit. If it's a like a game like that, especially with a lot of people, like you're expecting a lot of people to play, at least a good like 20 or 30 different pieces.
Yes. And that's, you would think that's per part, like 20 different arms, 20 different legs, 20 different heads. Yeah. So that's what you're saying sounds like a very good, very sizable thing. Even I can praise Destiny for that. You may not like the game, or there may be aspects of it that may draw you away from it. But when you look at it as a whole, at least the content is there.
Yeah.
When you've paid your money, at least.
Yeah.
After all the patches, and that's another unfortunate thing.
Yeah.
But it's seeming like this is already looking like it's gonna be that exact case of, oh, this game is kind of lame on release, and once the DLC starts coming in, oh, it's gonna be the new hotness.
Yeah.
Because everybody is saying that the fundamental combat is fun. I've played that demo that was supposed to be considered, what was it, a beta? It's the same as the beta. I'll never let that go. That's another thing about EA, like that shady thing right there of the lying about the beta and the demo. Like, that's just, come on, dude, why you gotta do it like that? People paid money.
Yeah.
But that business aside, like the core gameplay is good, and because of that, I want it to do well. But everything else around it is just with the very I was asking a friend earlier because he has the game, he played it this weekend, so I wanted like a non-biased review from somebody who's not in the industry, right? So I asked him, like, how's the story and stuff, because I know that was the thing they tried to say. It was in there, there's a story here, look. And he's like, there's a lot of cool shit in the game, but he doesn't feel compelled to care because it just doesn't grab his attention. Like, it just doesn't, there's no real reason to give a shit.
Yeah.
And that's bad, because that's something I've heard people in the industry and outside say, like, that's not good. Like, so why did you put it in there? Like, it just seems so disjointed, because you'll be, you've seen the game, it's a third person action game.
Yeah.
But when you're in the town, it's a first person slow move. Apparently you can run now. So that's a different thing. That's an innovation, But apparently it transitions into the first person mode. And to me, that just feels like 2 different games.
Yeah.
I don't know why they did it that way. I don't know why they felt compelled to put the story when you don't sit down and focus on it. It's not going to really do the game justice. Like, what they put in could have been better had they focused purely on story. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it just seems like it's a mess.
Yeah,
and the technical issues don't help.
Yeah, I lost interest in that game a while ago.
I feel bad because I remember, and shout outs to the Jinkies, he was super hyped, and he may still play it. He probably doesn't feel the way I feel, because there's probably some things that he probably won't even experience.
Yeah. The
way he plays the game, who knows what path he'll take? Because really, it's up to you whether you want to get to the end game and do all the post game stuff. Anyway, he might find that the gradual build to the end of the game is fine for him. Because I think they've patched out some of the stuff that wasn't working, which made it more of a grind fest. So, he may not encounter that wall. That's one of the things that, like, again, the patches. But why do we have to wait for the patches?
Yeah, that's something that should have been right away, kind of thing.
Yeah, like, I don't. This is a bigger question. I guess I should ask you this, Merc. Are you? Because somebody brought this up on a podcast to listen to that's in the industry, and they said they think that games as a service is not doing so well.
Yeah.
And this is another game that's a service game. This is a game that they have a long lifespan planned for it. They have a bunch of DLC planned for it. But what they keep doing with the games as a service games, and I'm gonna say Destiny, is their initial product is just like
Yeah.
but it has that one cool thing. Like Destiny, everybody was like, well, it shoots good, and it does.
Yeah,
And thankfully, the thing that you're going to be doing for the amount of hours is good. Yes, we're happy, but everything else was like, story is non-existent. The grimoire, which had all the answers, you got to go read it online, not even in the game.
Yeah.
And patches, and then it became a more full game.
Yeah.
After you paid more money, because taking King DLC, you had to pay money for that.
Yeah.
So that wasn't free. So if you have vanilla Destiny, your game probably still wasn't as good as the Taken King, because they didn't give you the content to equal that. So, but you see what I'm saying? Like the games as a service is I pay $60, and then I just keep paying, and hopefully the game that I paid for maybe 3 DLCs in is great.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that. You know what I mean? I kind of just want to pay my $60 and get a good game. And then, hey, if you gave me a good game and you say, oh, guess what? We got some DLC coming down the pipe. Or maybe even in a few weeks, because we had to get the game out first. But if you gave me a good game, I'll be more inclined to buy your DLC.
Yeah.
Not buy your season pass day one. Like, I don't know, the game is not great. I can't make that commitment to wait 3 months, 6 months, 9 months down the line when you get better at making a game. That you should have been testing and all that stuff before you
had a beta.
Oh my god. Merc, you just killed it. There you go. All right, I'm done. Every time I talk about this game, I get more and more upset.
This game could have been a lot more than what it was, and then I feel like they kind of rushed it towards the ending. Even though it got delayed, it got rushed out.
I think so too.
And you got half a game, and it's the whole thing of having half a game when you purchase this. And it does look pretty. I've seen the way it looks. It looks pretty.
Yeah, it's
but
really
there's
impressive.
Too many things that would take me off the game as well. And that whole slow pace inside the fucking stage and shit like that, I think that would have been like, I don't want to play this no more.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a half-ass game, and that's something that they need to really stop doing.
And every company.
Yeah, every company. This goes to every company, not just EA, but every fucking company. Stop releasing half-ass games, but then again, also as a consumer, stop buying these half-ass games.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
Simple as that.
You're right.
There's even Crackdown. Like, I didn't mind playing Crackdown. You know why? Because I have it on the pass. They gave it for free on the pass, and I actually like the pass because I'm playing games that I've never had a chance to play, like Quantum Break and shit. So I've been playing games like that, but to play Crackdown also suffered from a lot of the same problems that. Well, I don't say it suffers the same problems. It felt like it was made on the 360.
Yeah, that's technically because it's. I want to say that they basically just copied the formula of one and went from there, right?
It was copy paste and then put Terry Crews in.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what Crackdown 3 is. Is a copy paste of 1 and 2 with Terry Crews on it.
I see that. The only thing that makes me really upset about Crackdown, the new one, is that they didn't get the destruction into single player.
No.
And then lock your server so you can't have people come in, because I know the whole thing was you can't have it in single player if you have somebody just join your game and start shooting shit and blah blah blah. But like, if you had it where it was either you could have a private game, right? Be offline, basically, quote unquote offline, because you need the server side destruction. We get that. But you could also just have an invite.
Yeah.
And that would have been awesome to have an invite for your co-op partner and to play just the two of you with the destruction on in the city. Like, I thought that's what it was going to be.
Yeah, and that's what I kind of want it because that's what that game is for. It's chaos.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I was really disappointed with that. Going into Crackdown 5, it got the probably almost around the same reviews as Anthem too.
Oh,
It
yeah.
it got rated like 5 and
Oh, yeah,
3.
yeah. Right. This is
It
true.
yeah,
But
so
the positive thing I heard about that game is that somehow the Game Pass, the numbers for that game are very high
yeah,
for being downloaded from the Game Pass. So there's something there. There's something to that. To releasing a game that even after all that time, because it was 5 years of development, that's a long time.
Yeah.
And for it to turn out like that, and then so I guess before you release it, if you see that, if you're at Microsoft and you're about to go gold and you're about to certify this game and you see this game and has your company's name on it and it's like, yeah, I don't know, let's put this on Game Pass,
yeah,
and then people are gonna play it and try it out, and that's gonna boost the numbers up for Game Pass, and that's interesting for the future because I heard also I think it was the same podcast, they were like, imagine it as the way Netflix works for games,
yeah,
where that makes the game profitable.
yeah.
You know, the amount of downloads from the service makes it profitable. That's an interesting idea.
And that's something gonna go into something else we're gonna discuss is that the whole Microsoft Game Pass is gonna be you're gonna be able to use it on the Switch.
That's awesome. That is incredible.
So you're gonna be able to play Halo on Switch.
You can play Gears on the Switch.
If that actually goes straight through, and which is likely that it's happening because I know Xbox and Nintendo have been actually working together to do this, to actually integrate gameplay and stuff and let them have access to their games on the Game Pass as well. The first one they actually showed playing on a Switch from the past was Tomb Raider.
Which one?
The Shadow Tomb Raider, yeah.
Oh, the second one. No, it's the third one. Shadow was the third one or the second one?
I think it's the second one.
Okay.
Could be the third one. I don't know. But anyway, it had that gameplay and it looked great on the Switch.
Nice.
So that's a big game changer if that happens, because then Microsoft sees, all right, do we really need to do a console, or do we just integrate our Game Pass into things?
Okay.
That's really interesting.
And all inclusive. Yeah, that's a chance for them both to come together and have like a nice plan.
Yeah.
Because that would be cool. That would be real cool.
Yep.
And so I'm reading up on it. So I just wanted to get the name of the service. It's something called Project xCloud.
Yeah.
Streaming. So that I don't know much about, but I assume that might be the same thing that they were using. Nintendo was using, because did you hear Nintendo they had a streaming thing already?
Yeah.
In Japan, and they were streaming, I think, Resident Evil 4 on it.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 4? No, they were streaming Resident Evil 7.
Okay.
And I think the only thing that was bad was the latency. So maybe at this point, with Microsoft getting involved, maybe they'll be able to get it like just right.
That's the reason why Microsoft is a hands-on now, because they are actually trying to help develop it to work perfectly. And that's again, like I said, that's a big game changer if they actually do that.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, that's a smart vision for Microsoft, because they got, I'm not gonna lie, they got their asses whooping. They got their asses whooped this gen because of the lack of exclusive, if only in that territory. Not, I don't really care about system sales and whatnot. It's just like, damn, Xbox did not have the best exclusive this time around.
Not at all.
But
I think the only thing Microsoft has over PlayStation right now is Forza Horizon. That's the only game I'll say Microsoft could easily say they have that over PlayStation.
But I will say this gen, towards the end, and we're seeing it, Xbox is really innovating with services.
Yeah.
Because Game Pass is more than worth it, and it's turning out to be something that's going to go into the future and onto another system. If that's 100% true, that's amazing. That's You almost want to say that's an end to the console wars.
Yeah.
Like they putting the guns down.
Yeah.
They just out here. Hey man, we ain't fighting. We just out here. And
But that's all. That's all to see if everyone will team up to do it. If not, it's still gonna be a war, a little war.
yeah, but I still say you need some of that. I don't want Sony to team up with them, if only because I want them to innovate their own type of thing.
Yeah.
Because it'll make you like when you start. If this goes into the next gen of whatever Xbox, I don't know what's going to be called Xbox 2. That's weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't call it that. That's too weird. But the next generation Xbox, and then continuing on with Nintendo and its future platforms, and they stay hand in hand, hopefully that'll force Sony to be like, all right, we got to find something to knock this shit out of the water, because we don't want people playing either one of those. Because when you own 2 out of the 3 or all 3 or whatever, you win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or it depends on, even if you don't, you still win. Like, you don't want lame shit. And this is like, this is a big step in the right direction for everybody.
Yeah,
So,
I agree. I think so also.
Yeah, more bang for your buck. I'll take that.
Exactly, and yeah, that's the only reason why I play Crackdown, because I was not going to pay $60 for that game.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Yeah. and from what I'm seeing, it seems like they're not surprised. This is the towards the end of the article.
Yeah.
That they seem to think that Xbox has an idea about being just in addition to the systems and the games, being an app that puts the Game Pass anywhere.
Yeah.
And that it is, let's see, it says Xbox becomes a pre-installed app on your next TV. Like, if that was a thing, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Just the Xbox app. Yeah, that'd be.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting where they go with the next gen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, this is what happens when you open and don't try to be proprietary for every goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come to us for this only. Oh, you go over here.
What else?
Well, we want to talk about Reggie.
Yeah.
Because Reggie's the man. Yeah. So big news. I would say it's sad news, but I'm also happy because he's retiring. It's not like, oh, something happened to him. Reggie Fils-Amie, the lovable, play the game, the face of Nintendo for the number 2 face of Nintendo, along with Iwata for those past years. He's retiring. I think they're saying he's retiring this year. I don't say exactly when, but like, yeah. It was on the 21st. It was announced. So that was earlier this week. And so it's kind of hard to think about it that way, but let's just put it in perspective. He's been at Nintendo for 15 years.
Yep.
That's a long time, dude. But also, like, he's been such a memorable part of, like, the Wii, the 3DS, the Wii U to some extent, and I don't think he's really been that big on the Switch, right?
Yeah.
I mean, not like he hasn't been there for that many things because it's still fresh. It's only been 2 major things. So
yeah.
So he didn't get to have his me moment for this generation. You know what I'm saying?
He did have the 3DS and all that. The handhelds was all of him too.
Yeah, but he was the thing that makes me not really sad, but just miss it. The reason I will miss him is because he was also a personality.
Yeah.
Like when he first started, he was an Iceman, and then he started just going for broke and getting involved with all the wacky skits they do. And I think he was a big part of people really liking Nintendo as a company, from the Wii era on. I realized now that he, being such a public face and having such a not self-serious persona, that he made more people go oh man, I like the Wii and the people who are in charge of the Wii, and so they're all cool. And it's hard to do because to ask anybody if they like the guy who's in charge of EA. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Fuck that
nobody
guy.
likes that guy. He was in Moneyball. Did you know?
He should ball kick.
Shit. I'm just saying, like, that's pretty cool that somebody so high up was able to be like a face and be loved and be okay with the nonsense that came with being in those positions. Because, like I said, some people can't handle being made into a meme.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody's body is ready. I'm just gonna say that's gonna live forever. My body is ready. You don't even have to have the picture of him. You know what that means.
Yeah.
It's Reggie time. My body is ready.
Yeah.
So, congratulations on making it this far. You earned a retirement, Reggie. Go do you.
And hopefully he enjoys himself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it does say April 15th, 2019 will be his last day.
15. So he will miss E3.
Oh yeah, you're right.
He won't have one last E3.
And just so you know, his successor, the new president of Nintendo, is named Doug Bowser. So Bowser runs Nintendo officially.
Yeah, he finally took control.
And
he's gonna kill Mario.
And it said when he came in, like he was aware of the joke, and there's a picture of him with the Mario and Luigi doll tied up behind him.
Yeah.
So he knows his name and stuff.
Yeah, I did see that. It made me laugh.
So yeah, that's it. For this week. You know, that's all I got.
So you got yeah.
Also, yeah, you know what? We can shout out the Major Brothers because I was looking at this stuff this week. They did a toy fair, I think.
Yeah,
they did WWF stuff. WWE, excuse me.
They did show the toy fair stuff, the inflatable belts and shit.
They showed him love. You saw that?
Yeah.
Zack Ryder, he got some love. He got a figure.
Yeah.
One of those little ones you put in the ring.
Kurt Hawkins needs a figure. I like Kurt Hawkins. I like his personality. I think once they get on a roll and actually WWE TV, it's gonna be a lot of fun seeing them like get back up there.
They're not on the network, are they?
No, they have their own YouTube channel called the Major Wrestling Figure Pod, and they also have their own podcast. They do have their own like little WWE special that they go into stores and buy toys and shit. They do have one. It's called Figure It Out. Definitely check it out on YouTube. It's a YouTube. It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
They did like maybe 5 episodes.
Send a petition to WWE. Yeah. Tell them they put them on the network.
Yeah, I really enjoy their stuff. I've been listening to the cast. Once I discovered like how to listen to it, I use like the Podbean.
Okay. And
they have everything, so I listen to them on there, and yeah, it's a really fun, interesting cast. If you're really big into wrestling figures, then this is a cast for you. That you really enjoy it. The scary thing is, it may want to make you want to buy things.
Yes.
And this is a really bad rabbit hole to go into because.
But I will say, shout outs to Toys R Us in Canada.
Yeah. Because
they still are alive, and they have. Oh, I think it was the last episode I watched. They went in and bought a bunch of figures, and they were pinning them out. Yeah. Damn, dude.
But yeah, their cast is really fun. The last cast they had Heath Slater was on because he says Stang.
Oh, is that a Sting?
Instead of Sting, he says Stang.
That's awesome.
And the man called Stang. And they actually made a t-shirt of it too, which is hilarious.
Oh shit.
They have Heath Slater on it. They had Dean Ambrose on it, which was really good. Good interviews and stuff like that. They're just a fun cast. They talk about a lot of the history of the figures and them collecting, and it is expensive thing to collect now. The wrestling figures are really up there in price and shit, especially depending on which ones you collect. If you collect the Hasbros, those shits are expensive as shit. You collect the LGNs, they could be expensive as shit too.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I listened to it, but I have not bought anything for wrestling figures because that's a rabbit hole I'm not going to go into. I've seen a few that I kind of wanted to, like Brain Reed had Alexa Bliss with the belt, and I kind of want to pick that up. But then I'm like, damn, I can wait till it gets cheaper.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I'm very skeptical with it. I spend enough money on toys. I got to chill on that.
I understand. But also, before we close out, speaking of WWE, excuse me, yeah, it is a lot harder to say when you say it fast.
Yeah.
There was a sale, it was President's Day sale. They had a
Yeah.
sale over the last weekend. So, yo, man, it's Black History Month. Shout outs to Velveteen Dream and Kofi Kingston. I picked up a New Day shirt and I picked up a Velveteen Dream shirt. So
You got the buy one get one for $1.
no, it wasn't that good.
I had that.
It was the 40% off sale.
I caught that sale. I caught the buy one get one for $1, and I got Jackie Bianca Belair shirt.
Oh, nice.
I got the Mustache Mountain. I got the Bruiserweight, and I got the new Uso shirt.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, pick up some t-shirts, support your favorite wrestlers. But I was just feeling extra special.
Yes.
Shout out to Kofi Kingston. We rooting for you.
Yes. Buy New Day merch.
Yes.
Show that the fact that you love New Day.
Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna be there, but I want him to be at WrestleMania.
Me too.
Winning that belt or having it, but
I wouldn't mind having it.
I want that
We
moment.
want an epic New Day entrance.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The most epic New Day entrance. They had a few good ones.
Yeah, the Dragon Ball. Woo! And the
Ball.
cereal. The Dragon Ball with the cereal.
Yes.
Crazy.
So yeah.
All right.
That's all I got.
All right, good stuff. Make sure you follow us on all of our social media. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all RedCycloneInc.
Yep.
We are also on SoundCloud and Tumblr as well.
Yep.
We have a WordPress, excuse me. And make sure you follow Mark, and he's just about everywhere. But you can go ahead, be specific.
Yes, Mark with the Mic on Instagram, Twitch TV, Tumblr, Twitter, and follow the Facebook pages of the Wrestling Babble and RedCycloneInc. We do a lot of content on there, and also SoundCloud. SoundCloud is our main source of where the cast is at. So all the podcasts are there.
Yes. Stay tuned for that Zyuranger episode coming soon. It's hot.
Yes.
It's hot.
Zyuranger.
It's hot.
I love that damn song. Oh, you gotta listen to the new theme of Zyuranger. Zyuranger, it has a cool theme. I like it.
Okay.
Yes,
Good
it made me excited. I think that's where my judgment goes. So then, all right. I'm starting this series. All right, I got to just at the beginning of the story, and then the theme hits. If I like the theme, I feel like I'm gonna like the series. If I don't like the theme, I'm like,
you know what, yo, SPD kind of went that way for me.
Yeah.
I heard the theme, and I was like, yo, this theme is dope. What? All right.
that's actually one of my favorite themes too.
Me too. Yeah, me
It's
too.
up there.
SPD Emergency. Let's go.
PD Emergency. There's another song that, like No More Heroes, I like of my Power Rangers.
Okay. That's the name of the song. No More
Yeah,
Heroes.
it's called No More Heroes. It was like one of the songs they mainly played when they was fighting the putties.
Oh, awesome. Okay. I always love Go Green Ranger. Go. Just
Go Green Ranger.
Goldar's gonna get you. What? All right.
And Goldar had a baby. Yeah.
Do they have? What did they say? What the name is?
No, they just so yeah. So Rita had Rita again. She just lost her son again. So they're all trapped in the urn. And they had a baby, and then you see Rita kind of like peeking in their side about the baby and stuff, and then she finally holds the baby and she's in love.
Oh, so she has a heart after all.
Yes.
Watch Zyuranger.
Yes, watch for Zyuranger. Shout out to Shout Factory. That's the last thing. Shout out to Shout Factory TV because they let me watch all these Super Sentais for free.
Yeah.
On their website, and they're actually great quality too. And
Canadian website.
Yeah.
If you don't know.
They're the ones that actually produced DVDs. So if you're actually looking to buy the DVDs on Amazon or anything like that, it is Shout Factory that makes the DVDs.
Awesome. That's great. All right, y'all.
All
So
right.
we go out on a good note. Take it easy. Make sure you remember your sandwiches.
And follow
What?
Jenkins.
The Jenkins.
Yes.
All right. Peace.
Peace out. Later.
Yeah. Chemical catalyst, rattling, ever hazardous. Subdued by all my memories, but never been a pacifist. So quick to put up the fist. It's hard to resist, but I just might lose control. So shoot, and I never do miss. I gotta take risk if I wanna have it all. So let go of the poison, the venom. I'm sending. The voices are spinning with the visions all written. Got the pictures of my prophecy. Develop my philosophy. Woke up in the morning, told the world to get back off of me. Yeah, and still the nightmares creeping up at night. I'm a fragment in the mirror, seeing black and white. Like who is me and who is gonna take me over? My soul is my soul in the eyes of the beholder. Yeah, and now there's darkness in the chaos. Try to see the light, hope the positives will pay off. Ain't no time for stressing when the time is of this essence. Take these two fists and swing them back into your direction. Woo! Cause that's the way I got it. And don't the sound of doom always sound so melodic. Looking to the future, know the end is coming near. Even though I'm standing tall in the face of all this fear. Clear vision, serving life like a sentence. Gotta stay strong, that's the reason I'm so vicious. A barking dog, take it all, never fall. You ringing for the champ, and I'm the one who get the call. So let me tell you a little something about this life. You can commit to the game and you can commit to fight. But the thing is that with every passing of the night, nobody actually makes it out of this world alive. So what you gotta do is put your powers to the test. Time is passing, so you better swing your time the best. So who you gonna be when the reaper come knocking? Actions speak louder than words, so stop talking. Yeah, so watch me break out of this cage. I fight now, I won't change. Yeah, and it's the past